Good evening, Andy, once again. Well, the traffic volumes remain very high, especially on the R71 coming from Moria. So we have moved now towards the intersection which connects R71 and N1. This is where now we'll get more visibility in terms of not only those that are coming from Moria, but also those that are coming up from the north, that is Zimbabwe and Mosina, making their way towards the south of South Africa. That's where you'll see more people moving towards Johannesburg and the Free State and other coastal provinces. So we spoke to the traffic officers just to get a sense of how they have planned for this particular period, which is the period where many commuters are returning back to their provinces. But let's get a general sense of how the province has done now, and of course, who can it be? Who can give us more insights than the First Lady of Limpopo? I am joined by the Premier of the Limpopo Province, Dr. Ramathuba. Honorable Premier, thank you very much for your time. I can see you had a long day at church, but overall, how are you feeling in terms of how the province has handled this particular festive season from your law enforcement agencies, but other entities which have been on the ground since last week?
I think up to so far, one would indicate that we are really satisfied. We think we have done fairly well. Even if you look at the numbers, comparatively speaking to the previous years, we are still low. Although we are saying to the people out there, we must remain vigilant, remain alert, because we still have got tonight and tomorrow. You know, we are hosting one of the biggest pilgrimage within the SADC region, if not the continent. So we were there at the church. You have seen for yourself that even though they are saying they are not operating in full capacity, but counting those that were registered who attended only for today's service, more than 230,000. If you go from Monday, you will know that on a daily basis, because they still come, they were able to count more than 7 million of the people who were coming on each day, some going. So what we are doing as a province, I think different from what we've been doing in the past years, is to say, let's take away the responsibility of road enforcement, traffic enforcement, away from just leaving one MEC to be responsible, to be moving from each roadblock to the other, and say we are owning it up. Firstly, all the MECs and the Premier, they've got responsibility to do roadblocks. We have even extended to our member of legislatures. They are all deployed in different areas. We've moved to our executive mayors, to the mayors. We are saying each and every public representative, road fatalities, it's our problem, all of us. Now, if we all walk the talk and be the ones who are on the road, who are checking if their cars are roadworthy, bringing in health professionals to test even the drivers if they are fit to can drive, because your car might be ready, might be fit for purpose, but you yourself, you don't even know that you are diabetic, and then you just see blood vision and under the track, and then you kill people if you are a taxi driver. So we are working collectively as the 7th administration from all spheres of government to deal with this.
But talk to us about the importance of the collaboration between the state and the faith-based organization. We've been talking to the members, but also general public around Moria. They speak very positively about how government has worked with the church itself. And of course, unfortunately, we're not there. What was the key message that was delivered there? If you can just indulge us, but also the importance of that relationship and collaboration.
Wow, I can tell you, I wish all the leadership, especially those who are deployed to serve our people as public representatives, were there to listen to the message. And I wish you can also go and request the recording, because it was not just about the life of Christ, theorizing that Christ was here to have miracles and changing water to wine and whatever. It was a message of also encouraging us, but at the same time seeking accountability from all of us as leaders of the society, whether you are within the traditional space of leadership, government or business sector. The bishop took the life of Christ and demonstrated that Christ, with his disciples, he was able to heal the sick. He was able to feed those who were hungry. what is difficult with the Premier who has got 10 MECs, what is difficult with the President and the ministers and deputy ministers. Not that he's equating us to Christ, but he just saying learning from the life of Christ. Why are we not using that particular formula to say we have got teams that we must work with? If each and every disciples within our teams be able to act accordingly, we will be able to defeat the poverty, to defeat unemployment, to defeat hunger, to bring quality healthcare, quality education. And then he went on for quite some time on the gender-based violence and femicide, talking about the reality of what is happening, reminding us of the current cases that are there, talking how painful, and you could hear the parent talking here to say, these are my people that are especially the children and the women who are the ones who are the victims of gender-based violence. He went on for quite some time and be challenging us to say, why are we not seeing successful prosecution, or let's see more conviction of these perpetrators of gender-based violence? And you could see that he is talking to us. He was asking us to say, you have got this register of all these perpetrators of gender-based violence. Why are you still keeping a law that keeps it into confidence? Are we not supposed to know? Are we not supposed to be screening those who are working with our children? And most importantly, lastly, is that he then called upon the Minister of Basic Education to work with the Minister of Justice and on this particular matter, because he is worried. He came with the statistics of gender-based violence, especially the rape that is happening at our schools and also at our institutions of higher learning. And those are the areas which we felt as a province, I think we should start walking the talk. And we are saying we've made a commitment during the afternoon session that we are going to work with the church. We will see a program that is that we are going to roll out with the Provincial Commissioner of Police and the relevant MEC, directed straight to basic education, to our schools, to also our institutions of higher learning, so that we root out this gender-based violence and femicide.
Thank you very much, Premier, for your time. I appreciate it. Let's release you into your evening. Thank you very much, Premier.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's the Premier of Limpopo, Dr. Phophi Ramathuba, that just gave us more insight in terms of how the province has performed in terms of managing the road traffic here in Limpopo, but also giving us some insights in terms of the key message they had from that particular service as members of legislatures and the executives. So that's where we leave it for now. Andy, it's back to you in studio in Johannesburg.
All right, that's Ziniko Mhlaba, of course, wishing you safe travels as you make your way back home as well. Just giving us a rundown of the latest then, as many buses and private cars are expected to trickle back from the Limpopo province where that Moriya pilgrimage was taking place.